is tapping all available resources to provide continued access to quality and equitable education even in times of emergencies. Among these resources are alternative delivery mode approaches and learning materials that can potentially meet the required most essential learning competencies under the DepEd's Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan, or BELCP. Based on DepEd Order Number 54, Series of 2012, Policy Guidelines on the Implementation of Alternative Delivery Modes, or ADMs, and DepEd Order Number 21, Series of 2019, or the Policy Guidelines on the K-12 Basic Education Program, ADMs do not necessarily adopt the typical classroom instruction setup, but follow the formal system's K-12 curriculum in terms of content to allow schools to deliver quality education to marginalized students and those at risk of dropping out due to various circumstances in order to help them overcome personal, social, and economic constraints in their schooling. Instruction may be delivered face-to-face, where the teacher and learners are physically in one venue during class, remotely, where a learner may undertake self-directed study using printed or digital materials, or through a combination of face-to-face and distance education modalities. A school may use resources and strategies for instructional delivery from multiple ADMs as they seek to meet the needs of students at risk of dropping out. This ensures that learning services continue during emergency situations when face-to-face learning is not possible. One of the country's long-running and effective alternative delivery modes is the instructional management by parents, community, and teachers, or IMPACT. Over the past decades, IMPACT has been implemented as an integrated learning system in hundreds of elementary schools. It was originally developed by Simeo Initech in 1974 as a complete learning system to overcome access barriers to quality and equitable basic education. In recent times, it has been adapted, modified, and its various components and instructional strategies unbundled to meet the specific learning challenges brought by emergency situations such as the COVID-19 pandemic. IMPACT offers a set of learning materials, mainly learning modules, to learners from grades 1 to 6 in various subject areas. Over the years, these materials have undergone several revisions to align with the current curriculum at the time. The latest updating began in 2016, where the IMPACT learning modules were refined according to the K-12 curriculum on the following grade levels and learning areas: Grades 1 to 3 for English, Araling Panlipunan, and Mathematics, Grade 1 for Filipino, and Grade 3 for Science. Lessons that have been developed for competencies under the K-12 curriculum are about 95% matched with the competencies under the MELCs, based on the third and fourth quarters only. When the IMPACT learning modules were officially turned over to DepEd in 2019, these resources became part of DepEd's collection of ADM materials that schools may select from to meet the desired MELCs. Apart from the learning modules, a basic resource needed in any home or community for IMPACT is a conducive learning space. For those doing online learning, a reliable computer and internet connection are necessary. It would also be helpful if learners are provided with approved textbooks as additional resources to augment lessons found in the self-learning modules. For lessons in science that need some experimentation, parents should be alerted and given enough time to buy the required resources for use by their children during online learning sessions. As a learning system, IMPACT pioneered innovative instructional strategies that have proven effective in facilitating teaching and learning in various contexts. These strategies include multi-level learning, self-directed learning, peer group learning, and programmed instruction, among others. While originally designed as forming part of a holistic system, these instructional strategies can be unbundled, used independently, adapted, and contextualized given the unique needs and emerging situation of different learners. An example of this is the urgent need for remote and flexible learning delivery options in the time of the COVID-19 pandemic. This series of explainer videos presents 3 innovative instructional strategies that were pioneered under Impact, namely program teaching, peer group learning, and self-directed learning. The instructional strategies that have been mentioned, though originally designed for the pupils in the elementary level, can also be used for secondary education. These can be paired with self-learning modules or the secondary and academic-focused bridging modules of the Alternative Learning System, or ALS. All these modules can be readily downloaded from the DepEd Commons and the ICT for ALS portal or ICT resources for ALS. Gleaning from the explanations about the learning resources and strategies, Impact promotes active learning and engages parents and the community as learning partners. Parents can play active roles in their children's learning in different ways. They can become resource persons or sources of wisdom and knowledge on topics where they have mastery of or extensive experience on, monitor their children's progress, among others. But for topics requiring a higher level of pedagogical knowledge or content, teachers can take the lead and stand in as the learning facilitators. Parents, caregivers, and community members are the students' learning partners under the new normal setup of schooling. Parents or caregivers can help maintain the quality of education of their children while ensuring a safe, happy, and inclusive learning environment for them. Aside from meeting the desired learning goals, parents or caregivers can prioritize their children's mental, emotional, behavioral, and physical health. As many schools now implement online learning, parents or caregivers should be taught how to protect their children's safety and security online, regulate their use of digital devices, and how they can be responsible, ethical, and empathetic digital citizens. It is essential for learners to have the proper guidance and support in this new normal. To learn more about this, you may access and download the advocacy material, Ang Pamilya at Komunidad bilang Learning Partners sa Panahon ng COVID-19. A key element for a successful parental engagement is to hold consultations, dialogues, and meetings with the parents, and discuss how they can better support children's learning before any of the Impact resources are to be used. This video introducing Impact's instructional strategies and learning materials was developed as a resource for school teachers to help them deliver quality learning, whether in online, offline, or blended mode. We hope that this video will not only aid learning continuity during the COVID-19 pandemic, but will also scale up the use of Impact pedagogies and resources as a viable ADM in schools during transition to normalcy. For more information about Impact, a comprehensive guidebook that documents the different Impact learning strategies, pedagogies, resources, and how they may be used in schools for grades 1 to 6 has been developed by Simyo Initech. You may visit Simyo Initech's website and download the Impact Guidebook for free.